Hi guys, I'm Asia,
And I'm Aaron.
and you're listening.
To Deadly Sips.
Ooh, we are on week 3, you guys. That's week 3. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. I don't know what to say. It's crazy. If you're here, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you being here so much.
We get to have more friends in our lives.
We like friends.
Friends are good.
Friends are amazing. Please be our friends. That sounds so creepy.
Be our friend.
Be our friends. Oh gosh. Well, you guys, it is, go figure, a murder case.
Murder.
Who knew? But before we get into that, this week's Deadly Sip of the Week is called Blood on the Tracks. It is a haunting mix of bourbon and coffee liquor with pomegranate juice for that deadly crimson hue, a dash of lemon, a whisper of smoke, and you've got yourself a drink that lingers, just like the ghosts that ride the rails.
Choo choo.
Get out.
I did it. I snuck it in.
Like, I had to do it. He said that. He's like, I have to sneak K-pop Demon Hunters in this episode. I'm like, do it.
Love that movie. I don't know why, but I do.
Yeah.
It's just so hard.
I like the drink. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
A little tart. I went a little heavy on the lemon, but that's me.
It happens.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. Should we talk about our lives or should we get into it?
You can do lives.
Okay.
We did something pretty fun this week, I think.
Well, yeah. We want to tell them what we did?
We went to the St. Louis Ren Fair.
Oh my gosh, you're a nerd.
I am one.
Just kidding. I'm a nerd too.
Ah.
Because I bought the tickets and I said, let's go.
And we got a free turkey leg buying the ticket.
Okay. That was the best turkey leg
Best.
I've ever had.
It was so good.
Not to be dramatic, but it was life-changing.
You know, when like, you have places where it's cooked, but this was actually seasoned.
Oh my god. We had one at Dollywood, and I love Queen Dolly. Love you. But your turkey legs suck. Cinnamon bread
She's
on
gonna come
point.
after us now.
Cinnamon bread on point.
It is delicious.
The best cinnamon bread, but your turkey legs need some work. And this was the best turkey leg I've had so far.
So good.
It was so good. My god, you guys. Yeah, that was fun.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
We got to pet a kangaroo.
Oh, yeah.
You don't get to see that very often.
No, who has a kangaroo at a Renaissance fair?
Or
They
anywhere
do.
where they let you pet it.
Yeah.
Like little Joey was just a little sleepy guy. It was so cute.
It was cute. And I did not like, there were so many wasps.
So many wasps.
And we are lovers of mead. Either you love it or you hate it. Some people think it's trash. I love mead. It's made out of honey. So good. And we got a little thing. And then the wasps were everywhere around us.
Yep.
And they swarmed. And
I didn't help that I spilt a little bit.
I didn't know
of it.
that was a thing. And apparently it is. And now I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know for next time.
Either chug it all at once or get beer.
Yep. Lessons were learned that day. All right. Should we get into it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm going to put in a little shameless plug in here.
Oh.
A little shameless plug. If you guys, a little free way to support us is by following us on all of our platforms. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Follow us on Instagram at Deadly Sips Podcast. And follow us on TikTok at Deadly Sips Podcast. And and lastly, if you would like to follow us on Patreon, because this takes a lot of work.
It does take work.
And it costs a lot of money to do this for free.
And I want to stop working.
And we post episodes and we stop working. We're aiming
We'll do
for
something
the
I
stars.
enjoy.
We're aiming for the stars.
Nursing is great and all, but it gets hard. And my
Yeah.
back hurts.
Yeah, my back hurts. We have a really cool group going on. We post all of our recipes and our episodes early and ad-free. And you get to join our cool Discord group. Cool Discord group. And there's just cool perks in each one. So go check it out. It is patreon.com/sitspodcast. Whatever platform you're listening on, just check the link. Or if you're on YouTube, check out the description box below. and we'll have all the links for you. So anyway, thank you for that. And we'll get into this week's episode.
Let's do it.
This week is, we call it Blood on the Tracks, the Railroad Killer.
Ooh, dark.
Dark, hence Blood on the Tracks. Trigger warning, big trigger warning on this episode. There's mention of rape. So, I mean, if that's something, I mean, we all talk about dark things, but, you know, if that's something that is super triggering, then maybe this is an episode you need to skip and maybe go to one of our paranormal episodes.
Yes.
But that's okay. You do you, boo. We'll see you on the next one.
Catch you on the flip side.
All right. Let's head into the first known murder.
Ooh, I'm ready.
You got your drink. He's ready to go, you guys. This is taking place October 4th, 1998. Leafy Mason was born 15th of August in 1911. He lived in High Springs, Texas. Texas. I couldn't find a whole lot on Leafy, personally. She was married for a time. I couldn't find out if she was widowed or divorced. It just seemed like she was just the sweetest old lady. She was 87 years old and lived alone in her home. She was very good friends with local police chief Randy Kennedy. So he would mow Leafy Mason's lawn as a teenager and remembers her as polite and just being a firm woman. That was how she was described. But she seemed just like a cute old lady. She was very punctual. She did not like to be late. Being on time was very important to her. Like her sister or other people would come pick her up because she couldn't drive. They would come pick her up and she would be waiting for them at the door. And she didn't like to be kept waiting at all. It's just a form of respect for her. Chief Kennedy got a call when Leafy didn't come home to visit her sister. And he was asked to go perform a welfare check. As they were super, super worried about her because she's very, like I said, punctual.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's not like her to not show up. He knocked and there was no answer. And the door was locked. And I mean, they were close. They were close enough that he climbed through her window to check because he just thought, I mean, in his mind, he was probably thinking that she's an old lady. She fell. Like, you probably thought something happened.
Yeah.
So he climbed through the front window and he said it was just eerily quiet.
Ooh.
And immediately he got this feeling of dread. He later describes this as the most gory crime scene he's ever investigated.
Oh.
He walked into her bedroom and he found a body covered in a blanket. He checks and it is Leafy.
Oh.
Who looks beaten to death.
Lady?
Yeah, 87.
Dude.
I mean, rightfully so. He was shocked. I mean, this was his friend.
Yeah.
He just talked to her a few days prior, and neighbors seemed, they just said that, like, he liked her and he took care of her a lot. It's just somebody who you love. And that's hard. Well, they began investigating and looking through the house, and he found her purse in the bathroom with her ID sitting right on top. And he kind of interpreted that as the killer being proud.
Ooh.
It's like, here's the person I killed.
A little calling card. No, calling. It could be calling.
Yeah,
card.
in like a way, shape, or form. He found a recently eaten meal. He found that in the sink.
Oh.
And at first, they didn't know if that was Leafy or the killer, but from what it was, he kind of suspected it was the killer. At the back of the house, they found palm prints on the windows as if somebody had tried to pry the window open.
Oh.
And he was looking through and investigating that window, and he looks out of the window and he sees railroad tracks. And he immediately suspects that it has to be somebody passing through.
Oh, yeah.
He had this feeling of like, no, it's somebody passing through.
That sucks because it's something to get away and get out of town quickly, so they could be anywhere at that.
No, exactly. And I guess there were a lot of homeless people going through at that point because of the railroad. A lot of people would hop on, hop off.
Copy checking.
I mean, nowadays I feel like it's a little harder.
Yeah.
You can't do that, but back then, like,
All
even
the
in the 80s,
cameras.
you could just go.
Yeah.
You could just go a train hopping. But so to quote Chief Kennedy, excuse me, he said, "It's something that's been on my mind every day since it happened." He swore he was going to find whoever did this if it was the last thing he did.
Ooh,
He says, "I'm going to find you, and I don't care if it takes the rest of my life. I'm going to find you."
Shoot.
I'm like, go badass.
Go, bro.
Like, like, one thing I'll say about this whole case, for the most part, the police system did amazing.
Oh, good.
Like, you could just tell how much care they had and how much they really wanted to catch this killer. Like, there's going to be some more things. And so I'm like, but yeah, just like, go him. How badass.
Go for it. I feel like so often you hear the stories where like they just didn't do enough, or like they didn't investigate this one person, or if they did, anything else. But this seems like a pretty solid group of people.
Yeah, like, as you're going to find out, he really, and everybody took all the stops that they possibly could. Not to give anything away, but the only hard thing about this, though, is that he was just a local chief. He didn't really have a lot of resources, especially as like a homicide like detective or in this department. Now, as passerbys of the railroad, people would come into the station. He started to take as many palm prints as he could on people just to like get a collective, try to get a match, really.
This is in the 90s, right?
It's 98.
Oh.
98.
Okay. So I think there was fingerprinting back then.
There was, but they ran it through. It still wasn't like it is now. It's not as digitalized. Because remember when Google came out, like they had a database, but it wasn't anything good. It still was. We've come a long way. Yeah, even in 10 years, there's a 10-year window where we just soared. So when nothing came up from the palm prints, he reached out to other departments in Texas to see if anything similar had been going on. And he's like, I'm just going to make connections and do as much as I can and then just wait because there's only so much you can really do. A week later goes by and he gets a call from Sergeant Ken Maha from the West University Police Department. And they had a case with a very similar MO.
Ooh.
So this is 250 miles away in West University Place, Texas. And this was Claudia Benton. Victim 2 in this case, which, I mean, come to find out, there's a lot more killings than what I'm describing. This is all from the view of the policeman. But there's a lot more that they connect him to. But in this case, victim 2 is Claudia Benton. And honestly, everyone describes her as I think she's an angel. She was the mother of 2 twin daughters. She herself had a twin sister.
Oh.
Which I can't imagine losing your twin.
Oh, I can imagine. I feel like that'd be such a huge part. Like, they have that, like, twin oh my gosh, telekinesis. All, you can feel like what the other person's feeling, and then suddenly you don't have that anymore.
Like losing a sibling that's really close to you, but then it's like your person.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Essentially you.
She was a pediatric neurologist.
Oh.
Badass.
Yeah.
She was a geneticist and researcher and worked on diagnosing pediatric diseases. She was just like an incredible lady. Incredible. Her husband and daughters were in Mexico while visiting family, and she had to give a presentation at Baylor University, so she stayed behind. She worked on her presentation all day, and then she fell asleep in her bed watching TV. So that night, she was stabbed, bludgeoned with a figurine, which killed her, and she was raped. She didn't show up to the presentation the next day, so her coworkers called it in, and she was found murdered upstairs in the bedroom. There was a knife and bloodstains that was found. She had been stabbed repeatedly in her back and hands. She had 19 blunt force injuries to the head.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like intense, including 3 depression fractures to her skull.
Ooh.
So just hammered, which the figurine was in the room. They found it. Her purse was gone with stuff everywhere. And there was a meal that had been eaten.
Which the other one did have a meal, but it also, instead of having everything strewn everywhere, it would have the ID on top, though, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. It had the ID on top. So sorry. I misspoke. I said the purse was gone. I meant the purse was gone through with stuff everywhere.
Okay.
My brain didn't read that sentence right. Yeah, very different. So it was like the same thing.
Okay.
The purse had been gone through with like all the wallet stuff, and then there had been a meal eaten. And then, as per reports, a banjo, a guitar, a stereo, and numerous pieces of jewelry were missing from Claudia's home. The perpetrator had also stolen her Jeep from her garage by dismantling its steering column and jump-starting the vehicle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
It's different because I feel like in the first one, he like gone through and was intentioning to take some things, but this time he like took a bunch of random shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why? Now, there was no palm prints to compare to the first one, but they did uncover fingerprints.
Okay.
They compared those in the fingerprint database. Did I say that right? They compared those in the fingerprint database And a match was made with Carlos Clouthier Rodriguez, which was an alias for Rafael Reséndiz Ramirez.
Okay.
Is his name. As we know it. He was a roamer. He had no permanent location and no info to go off of to find him.
Ooh.
Really. So at this point, they figured they had at least 2 murders connected to this guy, and they had some other ones that they suspected. And they called the Texas Rangers to help get leads on his location. Calling in the Texas Rangers. They're like, no, we're going to get this mother trucker. And Drew Carter, Texas Ranger, he was 3 months into his career. And at this point, he was just really excited to be a ranger and to be doing what he was doing. And I just love, like, just doing my research on this case. I just love Drew Carter. And, like, he's just another one of those people. You could tell he just loves what he does and loves to help people. I don't know. Just
pretty solid guy.
Pretty solid. Pretty sustainable guy. You go. Now, one thing when he was put onto the case that Drew noticed was that most people who murder try to get out, like, ASAP. Murder someone, you get out, but he liked to spend time in the home. He was making meals, going through stuff, like, just taking his sweet time, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
They did notice that both houses were near railroad tracks, and this Rodriguez guy had a history of trespassing on the railroad. He had been arrested multiple times in Michigan, California, and Texas, but there was no real pattern to find him. It was just all over the place. Each time he was arrested, he gave them a different name, a different date of birth, and different social security number in some cases.
Okay.
So he was just...
I don't want to be found.
No. So getting leads was hard, because they're like, is Raphael even his real name? Like, what?
Yeah.
They don't even know who this motherfucker is. This leprechaun taint.
Was it Swiss?
So, and then they had another killing in Weimar. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but Weimar, Texas. So Norman Cernick and his 47-year-old wife, Karen Cernick, they were inside of their home in Weimar, Texas, which was the United Church of Christ parsonage. They kind of lived in a part of the church. He had killed the church pastor and his wife while they were sleeping with a sledgehammer. Karen was SA'd. She was abused. And left in a post similar to Dr. Benton, which led them to thinking that they were connected. And I didn't write this down, but I just remember like how the way they were found. The members of church showed up the next day, and they were all in the church. And the next pastor it wasn't the pastor, but it's like the guy below.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, this is weird. And go look and see what's up. And then he saw it, and he came back and said, like, something terrible has happened. We all need to go home and pray. And yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
Have people show up for church for that?
No, like a pastor and a pastor and his wife in a small community. That's the least people you think. A lot of people looked up to them.
Yeah.
And it's just wild. They compared DNA from both Karen Cernick and Dr. Benton and from the crime scenes, and they matched. So they knew they had the same person. And at this point, they could confirm legally that they had a serial killer. Because they had it officially linked to Leafy, like from palm prints or anything. They weren't able to connect that fully. The FBI came in and took on the case. Thomas McClenaghan was like the honcho at the FBI that took it over. This was his biggest case he worked in his career. He wanted to get it out to the media as much as possible so that they had more eyes. They wanted the newspaper. They printed 400,000 flyers and they put it in soup kitchens, migrant camps, anywhere he might potentially stay. Because at this point, it's all by word of mouth because they don't know where he is.
Strategy going. Which, getting out to the media, you always hear like the two different sides. You're like, yes, get out so we can get more eyes, and more eyes you have more out there, the more you can find them. Mm-hmm. And then people are like, oh, if we give too much out, they're like, oh, we got too much out, and then anybody can just pop up and say, oh, I'm the killer, I'm Spartacus,
Yeah. So this guy, the honcho of the FBI, he assigned Kimberly Barkhausen with Drew Carter, which was the Texas Ranger guy.
Get it, Kimberly.
Get it, Kim. So it's like they're just like this little cute little dream team. Throughout this whole thing, I feel like the relationship between the FBI and the Texas Rangers was hilarious because they're all just like beefing with each other. Gosh, there was a documentary on Netflix. I think it's To Catch a Killer.
Ooh.
I was watching it and because they interviewed Drew and he was just like, well, I don't like those FBI. But they adored Kim. The pair worked really well together. Everyone says that she was just really likable and you couldn't tell she was FBI. She was just a big team player and just ready to work and do her thing. And her boss described her as hardworking, fierce, but very likable. And yeah, they just worked well together. They both had families and they both were just very connected and committed to this case, which made it all the more better. They tried to find potential other cases that were linked to everything going on, and within hours of working together, they looked and found another connecting case.
Oh, wow.
There were 2 college students that were attacked along the railroad. So Christopher Mayer and Holly Dunn were attacked, I believe, on August 29th of 1997 in Kentucky. Miss Holly Dunn survived.
Oh, my.
She is the only known survivor. Well,
Survivor.
She is the only known survivor. Badass. Me and you actually listened to her survivor story on the Morbid podcast.
Oh.
They did an entire episode on her and her survival story.
Yeah.
And it's insane. So if you guys want to check it out, they do a really good cover of it there. So go listen to it on Morbid podcast.
Amazing podcast.
Super good. And Holly Dunn actually, she wrote a book. And she's just very,
oh, go her.
I know. She wrote a book about it. She speaks out against it. She's just badass. And when I tell you, it's just incredible. She's a sole survivor. She's the mom of 2 boys. She was going to college. And in the year of 1997, she was a junior at the University of Kentucky. And Chris Mayers was her boyfriend. They just, really liked together. College romance. Just starting things out.
Yeah.
Cutesy. So at this point, when they did the math, the killer had killed 5 people prior to this. Which I didn't know at the time. So Chris and Holly went to a party. Chris could just sense that she really wasn't comfortable with the whole party scene. And just wasn't digging the vibe. So he says, let's go take a walk. Which I'm major green flag.
Yes.
If a girl's uncomfortable and he can sense that and go say, hey babe, let's just go outside. That's fine.
There you
go. Green flag.
Green flag.
Green flag, Chris. They went on a walk along the tracks. They thought they were alone, and they started heading back to the party. Lurking in the darkness was stupid head leprechaun taint.
Bag mud ball.
We could just call him Mudflap from here on out.
Mudflap.
Yeah, Mudflap. So Mudflap was lurking. And she just thought that he was just going to ask him for money because there's a lot of homeless people that would just come up and panhandle along that. So she's just oh, this guy's asking us for money.
Give him money, he'll get out of here, right?
She described him as 5'6" and 135 pounds. So much smaller than Chris. Teeny.
Small dude.
He was tiny.
That was like me in high school.
Yeah, he was.
Great, I didn't even weigh that much in high school. I was a small dude.
You were a small dude. But you were cute. You were a cute guy. But anyway, so he was 5'6", 135 pounds. He's much smaller than Chris. But he had a weapon.
Oh.
And she didn't see it, but at first, but Chris saw it. Because he started being really compliant. And she's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And he was just super compliant. The man told Chris to go through his backpack. And he tied up his hands with the straps from his backpack. And his feet with the other straps. And then he bound Holly with her own belt.
Oh, wow.
She got her hands free, but she kept her hands behind her back. And she just played along with it. And she was trying to, low-key get his stuff untied.
Yeah.
Just super smart. Her story is insane. She's just wickedly smart. But unfortunately, she couldn't get her feet untied, so she was still working on that. And she's like, I'm not going to leave Chris. Even if I can get away, I'm not going to leave him.
Brave girl.
That's her boyfriend. That's her love. But, that's her love.
It's a lobster.
At this point, he forced them to go face down in a ditch, next to the track. And Chris said to her, everything's going to be okay.
Oh.
And the attacker picked up a 52-pound rock and dropped it on Chris's head.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And he came over to her after this had happened, the attacker. And he said, he's gone. Don't worry about him anymore.
That's cold.
Yeah. You just murdered your boyfriend.
Oh my gosh.
Horrible. And like a badass, like a true badass, She fought, kicking and screaming.
Hell yeah.
As he got on top of her, he stabbed her in the neck.
Oh.
And said, "Look how easily I can kill you." And she froze.
Dude.
Yeah. Could you imagine just somebody stabbing you in the neck and saying, "Look how easily I can kill you"? And just, like, I'd be like, I'm dead.
Yep, dead.
You stabbed me in the neck, I'm dead. He raped her as a train passed by. She was hit with some type of what she thought was a board, but they never really proved what she was hit with. And she had been knocked out and presumed dead.
Oh my
He
God.
thought he'd killed her. She came to. She saw a house with a light on, and she walked to the first thing she could see.
She was able to walk?
She was able to walk.
Good God.
Stabbed in the neck, raped, hit in the head, and she just got up.
Girl.
Like, insane. She saw, like I said, a house with a light on it. It was the first thing she could see, and she just walked to it. She's like, I see that, I'm going for it. And there was a college student inside doing his homework.
Oh.
And his name was Chad Gates.
Chad.
And he said the sight of her, he was just super shaken up. I believe that, like, either the doors open or, like, she knocked and he answered and he just saw her.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't quite clear about that part. But once he did see her, he said he was scared someone was coming after him.
Did he help her?
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
just,
he took her
okay.
in. She had a broken jaw and an eye socket, a stab wound in her neck, and deep gashes on her head. There was so much blood that when her dad first saw her, he thought she had dyed her hair red.
Oh my God.
There's just that much blood.
Holy cow. That's a lot of blood.
But yeah, he helped her. I think called the police, got her to the hospital.
Mm.
Yeah. Go Chad Gates. Solid
Go
guy.
Chad.
Go Chad. A week later, June 4th, 1999. So keep in mind, this was the Holly case and Chris case was from a while ago.
Right.
But a week after the Weimar, Texas murder, I believe, on June 4th, 1999, they got another phone call about a murder about Josephine Konvichka. She was also elderly. She lived 3 miles from the Cernicks murder.
Ooh.
Only 3 miles. Which is insane because they're like, this guy's traveling everywhere, but he was only 3 miles away. And this was FBI agent, Kim. FBI agent. This was her first crime scene, and she said she'll never forget the smell.
Oh.
The victim appeared to be peacefully sleeping when it happened. Which, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God. She was hit in the head with a pickaxe. Most serial killers pick a method and they stick with it. He just does whatever and goes with the flow.
Just whatever's in the house.
Whatever's in the house, he'll use. He finds something.
By.
Yeah. Well, he used, like, with Chris and Holly, he used the rock. And he used,
their own stuff. Yeah, gotcha.
and he found, like, a board and a pickaxe and this. Like, it's insane. Like, what the biff? What the biff?
I'm just curious. Like, I feel like a guy that like already has their own stuff, has everything planned, but then you have a guy that just is so confident. Like, oh, I know what
He's like, I'm just gonna kill you with whatever I find. So terrifying.
Yeah.
So in this house, of Josephine's house, they found a copy of the Cernicks murder, the newspaper, and it was laid out and displayed on the couch. And they also found right next to it was a toy train. He was just like, yeah, I'm the railroad killer.
This guy
He's
is
just
very
starting to
cocky
confirm.
son of a bitch.
Yeah. Very cocky and starting to accept that that's who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Like starting to become proud of it, which I'm like, F you.
Sincerely.
Stupid.
Not sincerely. Disrespectfully.
Within hours, they find out about another murder. Hours.
Is he getting angry? Like, what's
He
going
just starts,
on here?
they just get to a point and they start going crazy. This was Naomi Dominguez on June 5th in Houston, Texas. She was sexually assaulted. There was blunt force trauma to the head, and her ID was laid out. And with this, like, he had essentially murdered 2 people in one day.
Jeez.
Essentially. It's insane. All of this chaos created a lot of fear at the time.
Yeah.
There's the crew, all the police detectives were feeling a lot of pressure to solve the case. They both were putting in a lot of hours. They both placed their family second because they felt that just like the pressure of everything, and they felt like they just got to save all these other people. How many people is he going to kill?
He's just ramping up, it seems like, so
Yeah.
get ready for a bunch of calls.
Like, we got to stop this guy. And here where it gets so frustrating.
Oh, no.
Buckle in your seatbelts. They learned that he was detained across the border by immigration a few weeks earlier, but there was a computer failure, and he was let go because it didn't alert them that he was wanted for murder.
Dude.
Yeah.
Freaking internet, man.
Back in the day, the dial-up.
Oh,
Damn dial-up.
Even today at hospitals when, like, the Wi-Fi goes out or whatever.
So he got arrested, if you think about it. He got arrested. And then came back and immediately murdered 2 women. They're like, we could have saved if that he like them and everyone else after could have been saved. So frustrating. Ugh. And another thing, there was a computer failure, and he also used aliases. So we probably gave him a different name, but like the computer should have caught. They said that the computer should have caught it, but it just wasn't working, which is so frustrating. At this point, they put him in the top 10 of the fugitive FBI list. And there was a $125,000 reward.
Wow.
Or his head.
Off with his head.
Off with his head. The guillotine. Death row. What's her name? I wish I knew her name. Death row for you and your lawyer.
And your Uber driver.
And your Uber driver. Oh my gosh. If you know, you know. That's a TikTok. What's her name? I'll find it and I'll plug it in my show notes.
Insert here.
Insert on the YouTube, we'll insert in video what her name is. She's amazing. Death row! Anyway, so, they put the reward out. They put him on the FBI list. And at this time, there was no social media. So they relied a lot on TV and radio. And they decided to put this on the TV show America's Most Wanted.
Ooh.
Which was like a good idea for the time because a lot of people watched the show. Yeah. And it was a good way to get leads. The goal of this was to identify somebody close to Ramirez, not even like if somebody had seen him, just to get somebody close to him.
Yeah.
Like a friend or a family member. And Drew, the Texas Ranger, decided he agreed to go on and talk about the case. And like I said, this whole thing in his interview is so funny. He's just like TV. But he did so good. He was a natural at it. And so they do a segment about the killer and what they're finding, and then they sit there and they wait for calls. Okay. People will call in, and they take calls for leads, essentially, to lead to these killers. And there was a caller who said her name was Lupe, and the killer was her cousin.
Oh.
And this is super smart. Super smart, because it wasn't known to the public. Drew asked her, he's like, what's his mother's name? And she replied, Virginia. And they knew it was true because it wasn't public information. So he's like, okay, I can trust that this is actually somebody who knows the killer. And the caller said, actually, the name you've been using is his uncle's name, and his real name is Ángel Reséndiz Ramirez. So that's his real name. But like I said, we call him Mudflap. Mudflap is his name.
That's what he deserves.
So from here on out, like I said, Mudflap, but that's his name, the Ángel Reséndiz Ramirez. They found out he has a sister named Manuela who lives in Albuquerque. I can't pronounce things tonight.
Albuquerque?
Guys, going through a lot of information when you've had a drink in you is actually not the best idea.
That's smart.
But
what
here
were
we are.
Thinking?
Here we are. Anyway, Manuela lives in Albuquerque. And this is like the first solid piece of information they've gotten. They're like, we finally have a lead. They go to her house in Albuquerque and they visit her. They said she was really scared and timid, but she was really nice and she wanted to trust them. And she seemed very much like, I don't want to believe that it's true that he could be a killer because he's my brother. But if it is true, she doesn't want it to continue. And at the time, when they went and visited her, she didn't know where he was. Sincerely, she's like, I don't know where he is right now. And Drew said, well, you need to prepare yourself because he will call you because he's starting to get to where he has nowhere else to go and he's going to call you. And she agreed to help because she's like, it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I can't imagine being told like your brother or your sister's a killer. And I this whole case, I tried not to dive deep super into the killer because there's just so much information. But to give you a small snippet, he had a baby mama and a brand new child back in Mexico. And they didn't know he was out there doing this shit. He just thought he was saying, hey, I'm going to go out and do like get jobs.
Right.
That was his whole thing the whole time. And so like when you know this, your brother's like a good guy. And they said he was amazing around kids. Like nobody suspected it was him. He was so soft spoken, but like, he had weird idealistic tendencies. Like just really extreme opinions about certain things. But they said he was really nice and soft spoken. Like,
it's always the quiet ones. I mean,
it's always the quiet ones.
Just don't trust him.
No.
You're such a quiet guy. No, don't go toward that.
No.
Unfollow, unsubscribe.
So yeah,
you leave the chat.
Leave all of the chat. Just delete the app. So for Drew and Kim and everyone involved, at this point, all they can really do is wait.
Right.
Because that's all they can do. They can try to get stuff, but you know they're waiting really. On June 15th, another double murder happened. It was father and daughter. It was George Morbid and Carolyn Frederick. It was 800 miles from the previous murder. 800 miles. This guy's just hip-hopping everywhere.
Yeah.
At this point, there was 8 confirmed bodies, and 4 of those were just in the last few weeks. Drew finally got a call from Manuela, his sister.
It's the news. Spill the tea.
Spill the tea, sis. Well, I'm going to spill it. Spill it. Mudflap called. And he said, sis, I'm tired. I don't know what to do. I'm tired.
Bitch.
He had over 100 bounty hunters looking for him in Mexico, so he couldn't go back. And that was like a big case to probably why he lied to his sister, because he couldn't go back home and he was just running amok in the United States. And he's like, I can't keep this up.
And probably would have been flagged on the computer that time if it was working.
Right? We got flagged this time. He called, he said he was tired and he wanted to arrange with the police to give himself up because he's just like, I'm tired. And the dedication from that team is bonkers. She said there was no sleeping or eating at all after that phone call. Absolutely none. Like they 100%. Didn't go home. They're like, no, we're just dedicated until this man is apprehended. So they both fly to Albuquerque to apprehend him. On June 12th, 1999, Manuela gets a call from her brother. He negotiated with the cops through Manuela. The phone kept going out over and over basically like a series of phone tag. It wasn't back in the day where you could just like leave a message or like text. He just played phone tag.
Oh my gosh.
He wanted to surrender at the El Paso border. And at this point, it was the middle of the night. They'd been negotiating for hours.
Yeah.
And he says, I'll meet you in 6 hours. They're like, fuck. Okay.
Shit.
So this is like where... Oh, this is the part where they went rogue. Yeah, this is where they went rogue. And they were afraid that too many people were going to show up because it was a highly mediaized case. That's another reason, too. They're like, a lot of people are going to show up. They don't want too much people scaring them away.
Right.
They just want everything to be okay.
Done.
They said that there was a truck. So they went to the El Paso border just then to go pick up Mudflap. There was a truck that had 3 people in it. Mudflap was in the middle. Drew said he was just so much smaller than he thought he was going to be.
Huh.
He didn't talk or have much to say. And he said he walked up to him, turned around and cuffed him. Just, yeah. Wow. Like, here you go.
That would have been nice for a lot of other different cases, I'm sure.
Yes. So now that all of this was finally over, they got to confirm the palm prints and connect it to Leafy's case. So Awesome Chief Kennedy got to be like, hell yeah, we caught the damn guy.
There you go.
Put him down for that. They connected him to 9 official cases, but he's been linked to at least 15 to 23.
Wow.
Like minimum 15. There's a couple other that they just haven't been able to lock down. And he was executed by lethal injection in June of 2006. Bow, 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 bow.
Dead bitch.
Get him. Which I also like.
Extra spicy what's going out.
Oh, what a monster. Before his execution, Mudflap said aloud, "I deserve what I'm getting, and Lord forgive me, Lord forgive me," before acknowledging his family through a window. He continued on to say, "I want to ask," so he was saying this to the relatives of victims in another room. You know, he had his family and then relatives
being able to watch.
Relatives of the victims.
Yeah.
And he says, "I want to ask if it's in your heart to forgive me. You don't have to. I know I've allowed the devil to rule my life."
I just would have been right through the glass. Ew.
I was just the gall to ask for forgiveness.
Yeah.
I feel like it's in the power of the people to be like, if they forgive him, they forgive him.
Uh-huh.
Like, good on you. But at the same time, like, it's so messed up to be like, I took something away from you, and I'm going to ask for your forgiveness back.
No, take two of these.
You deserve none of it.
Me.
If they grace your presence with forgiveness, then you're lucky. But no. But anyway, all in all, that is the case of the railroad killer. Big props to the law enforcement on this case.
Yes.
Like, I just felt their heart in this whole case. That part was cool to see because it's not super often that you see that.
Oh,
yeah.
Just walk up to him and say, "Choo choo, motherfuckers, get out."
If you guys want to, go check out the book by Holly Dunn. It's called A Soul Survivor.
Rightfully so.
Absolutely, yes, rightfully named. Incredible survival story. Thoughts on that?
Just having like the type of murder in general, where they go slow and then ramp up, and having some then turn themselves in, let alone just turning themselves in, period, is just crazy.
Yeah.
So
no, and it's insane. Yeah. And it's just the nonchalant way he just turned himself in. He's like, "Yeah, I'm tired of this. Sorry, Mudflap, you dumb." There are so many more murders to this case too that I just didn't have the time to tell.
Right.
So I will try to list them all in the show notes for you guys.
All right, guys. Well, again, as always, feel free to follow us. We are on mostly all social medias.
Yes.
I know there's a few that we're lacking right now, but we're getting there.
I think YouTube is Aaron in Asia.
TikTok, of course, is Deadly Sips Podcast.
Follow.
Our Patreon, Deadly Sips Podcast. So it's patreon.com/Deadly Sips Podcast.
Yes.
Yes.
And we have a lot of fun tiers on there for those of you who want to
support us in
a little way, but you absolutely don't have to.
No.
If you don't feel so inclined. Do we appreciate it? Absolutely, yes. But do not feel obligated. No. We just appreciate that you guys are here and that you've made it this far.
Yes, thank you so much. We appreciate all the love and support.
Appreciate the crap out of y'all.
All the damn time.
All the damn time. All of the time.
All of the times.
Yes. Well, that's everything.
I think that's it. And that does it for this week.
Sip carefully. Bye. Deuces.
Cheers.
Cheers.